In the heart of North London, separated by just 4 miles of bustling streets and deep-rooted passion, lies one of football's most intense and enduring rivalries. Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur, the North London Derby, a fixture that transcends mere sport and becomes a battle for the very soul of a city. Origins of the rivalry. The story begins in the late 19th century when both clubs were finding their feet in London's football landscape. Tottenham Hotspur, founded in 1882, established themselves in North London first. Arsenal, originally known as Woolwich Arsenal, were founded in 1886 but resided in South London. The seeds of animosity weren't sown until 1913, when Arsenal made a controversial move that would ignite a rivalry lasting over a century: the 1913 relocation. Arsenal's relocation from Woolwich to Highbury in 1913 was the match that lit the fuse. They didn't just move to North London, they moved into Tottenham's backyard, setting up shop just 4 miles away. Spurs fans felt invaded, their territory encroached upon by unwelcome neighbors. What started as geographical proximity quickly evolved into something far more personal and intense: the 1919 controversy. But the real controversy came in 1919, when World War I ended and football resumed. The First Division was expanding. Arsenal, who had been relegated before the war, somehow found themselves promoted to the top flight despite finishing only 6th in the Second Division. Accusations flew that Arsenal had used political influence and underhanded tactics to secure their place. Tottenham, who had actually been relegated, were furious. The perceived injustice created a wound that has never fully healed. Rise in the 60s and 70s. The 1960s and 70s saw the rivalry intensify on the pitch. Arsenal were becoming the more successful side, winning league titles and domestic cups, while Tottenham had their moments of glory but struggled for consistency. The contrast in playing styles became part of the narrative. Arsenal were seen as methodical and defensive, while Spurs prided themselves on attacking, entertaining football. It's the art of winning versus the art of playing. As one journalist famously put it, the 1971 title decider. One of the most significant moments came in 1971 during Arsenal's historic double-winning season. With the title within reach, Arsenal faced Tottenham at White Hart Lane, in front of a hostile crowd of 51,000. Ray Kennedy's controversial winner secured a crucial 1-0 victory that helped propel Arsenal toward their first league championship in 17 years. The image of dejected Spurs fans watching their rivals celebrate on their own turf became symbolic of the power dynamic between the clubs. George Graham era dominance. The 1980s brought George Graham to Arsenal, and with him came unprecedented success in the North London Derby. Graham's teams were defensively solid and tactically superior, winning 8 consecutive league derbies between 1988 and 1993. This period established what Spurs fans would painfully recognize as a pattern: Arsenal's ability to show up when it mattered most against their rivals. Premier League transformation. The Premier League era transformed both clubs, but in different ways. Arsene Wenger's arrival at Arsenal in 1996 revolutionized their playing style and brought unprecedented success. The invincible season of 2003-04, where Arsenal went unbeaten for the entire league campaign, included 2 victories over Tottenham. Meanwhile, Spurs struggled to match their rivals' consistency, despite moments of brilliance and the occasional derby triumph. Iconic derby moments. Individual moments have defined this rivalry as much as broader success. Patrick Vieira's commanding presence in midfield battles, Thierry Henry's crucial goals, and Emmanuel Adebayer's controversial celebration after scoring for Tottenham against his former club. These instances become part of North London folklore, passed down through generations of supporters, modern stadiums, and ambitions. The new millennium brought stadium developments that reflected each club's ambitions. Arsenal moved from Highbury to the Emirates Stadium in 2006, while Tottenham eventually built their spectacular new stadium on the site of White Hart Lane, opening in 2019. Both venues now host derbies with capacities exceeding 60,000, amplifying the atmosphere and intensity that makes these fixtures special. Evolution version in the modern era. Recent years have seen the rivalry evolve with modern football. VAR decisions, social media reactions, and tactical innovations have added new layers to the traditional animosity. Tottenham's brief period of Champions League qualification and title challenges under Mauricio Pochettino gave Spurs fans hope of finally closing the gap, but Arsenal's recent resurgence under Mikel Arteta has reasserted their dominance. The numbers don't lie. The numbers tell a story of Arsenal's historical superiority. In over 200 meetings between the clubs, Arsenal hold a significant advantage in victories. More importantly, Arsenal's 13 Premier League titles compared to Tottenham's 0 reflect the broader success that has defined this rivalry. The phrase "Arsenal have won the league at White Hart Lane" has become a painful reminder for Spurs fans of their rivals' achievements. More than just football, but statistics don't capture the human element of this rivalry. For families divided by allegiance, for friendships tested twice each season, for communities where workplace banter becomes serious business on Derby Day. This is about more than football. It's about identity, belonging, and the tribal nature of sport that connects us to something bigger than ourselves. The legacy continues. The North London Derby represents everything that makes football the beautiful game: passion, history, drama, and the eternal hope that this time, this season, this derby will be different. Whether you bleed red or navy, whether you sing about Arsenal or dream of Tottenham, you're part of a story that began over a century ago and shows no signs of ending. In North London, 4 miles isn't just a distance. It's a chasm filled with pride, pain, glory, and heartbreak. When Arsenal face Tottenham, it's never just about 3 points. It's about bragging rights, local supremacy, and the chance to be king of North London for another year. This is the North London Derby, where legends are made, dreams are shattered, and rivalry never dies.